wasn't fast enough. I was trying to click the button and get the blanket up at the same time. Well, hello, my Yarnie friends. I'm Sara Sach, and welcome to my crochet channel, and welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. I am super glad you're here. And don't worry if Facebook's down. We don't need them, right? We just need YouTube. Oh, I wanted to show you this blanket, and this is very important because this is a blanket that I made using Premier Ombre. I used the purple violet. I used the salmon. And then this green one called, where is it hiding at? Sea glass. Okay? Because I had a lot of people message me, and a lot of people send me emails saying, you showed us the yarn, but how does it stitch up? And I told you about Creative Grandma. She did some swatches to kind of give you an idea. But I wanted to make a big item, and that's why I made the blanket. I used, it's just an open, this pattern will be out there in a couple of weeks. I went ahead and sent it off to my testers because this is one we're just squeezing in. Usually I'm about 3 months out, but I wanted to do this, and I wanted you to see how beautiful it looks. It's such a subtle movement from the dark to the light. And I also really love how these three colors worked really well together. It's a really nice size. I'm calling it a throw blanket because it is an open weave, but I need a name for it. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to just call it Chevron Open or Open Chevron Ombre. It needs a name. So maybe y'all can tell me what you think I should call this beautiful blanket. All right, but I wanted to show that to you first off because, like I said, I got so many messages and emails wanting to see what it looked like stitched up in some sort of a larger item. And I had a lot of fun with that, and it worked up really quick. I worked on it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I did the trim. It has like just an edge, not a trim really, on the bottom on Monday last night, and it worked up super fast. Rita, you're funny. I know a lot of people are just, I knew that Instagram was down because I went to check to see if my video posted and it said it can't refresh. And I thought, So then I checked my internet and it was like up, so I knew it wasn't me. And then I went to check on Facebook to see if my video, because you know I do the little intro video about today. And I was just going to go look at it to see if it was up. And Facebook wouldn't refresh either. So don't worry about it. They'll be back. They probably just have some issue, you know, something they had to fix or something, you know. So anyway, we're still going to have a lot of fun. This is YouTube. And yeah, YouTube's gone down before and it pops back up. Sometimes, you know, there's maintenance and things like that. So anyway, let's grab our coffee. Mine got a little bit cold. And it's okay. This was my third cup. I'm only supposed to have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, but I am on my 3rd cup. Oh, I like that spring like it's not a wrap, it is a blanket, but I like the spring chevron. But I want ombre in the name somewhere for that blanket, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thank you. I do want your suggestions. I like that. All right, let's get our coffee and clinkety clink in today. And what that means is just let me know you're here. And it looks like we got a large group here today. It's really happy to see that. Okay, now, today is the first Tuesday of the month, and what does that mean? First Tuesday of the month, what does it mean? I'm looking at your answers, and nobody's answering. Of course, I have this set up where it's a couple seconds later because that way, in case there's a spam or something like that, I can get it off there and it not be an issue. Okay, so it's the first Tuesday of March, so that means it's giveaway day. Woo! Alrighty, so because so many of you said, and I did want to say that the wonderful lady who got the teddy bear kit and the bag has already let me know she got it. Thank you. It's so important to me when you all let me know you got your prize. I've had a couple that never contacted me. I emailed them back and I never got it. Okay, so anyway, I mean, I never got them letting me know they got it. They got it because I look at the tracking number and know it was delivered. Okay, so many of you said February was great for the teddies, but they wanted the pocket scarf giveaway this month. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to click over here real quick so you can see this better. This is another kit that we got from Angela Wagner. I think it's Wagner. And it comes with these 3 beautiful skeins of yarn. And these are Annie's yarn. 3.5 ounces, 80% acrylic, 20% polyester. And they acrylic and a polyester are similar, but by putting that polyester in there, you get a sheen. And that's where you get a little bit of that shine from. Okay? And this is Annie's Caring Crochet Kit Club. And it takes these 3 skeins of yarn. These are number 4 medium weight. Yes, there it is. Number 4 medium weight. Isn't that beautiful? I'm trying to see what the color is, and I don't see a color. But it's kind of like a rusty red shades into a darker gray. It's really pretty. It's more of a variegated than a striping yarn. And if you want to know what it's going to look like, this is what it's going to look like when it's made up. This is the pattern. It's all in here. And it looks really simple. Okay. So this is the kit. I opened it because the plastic bag puts too much shine and you can't see it. But don't worry. I'll put it right back in that bag and tape it shut. All right. So our March giveaway is this kit from Annie's that was donated by Angela Wagner. If I'm saying your name wrong, Angela, I'm really sorry. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong because it's spelled Wagner and I keep saying Wagner. Anyway, she donated this and I love it. It's a beautiful gift to give away. And you're also going to get one of my Coffee and Crochet with the crochet heart on the back. This is a canvas zipper bag. It has a little clip here so you can clip it on a bag. And then it has just a little tassel on there. I love tassels. All right, so that's our giveaway for March. Now, I missed something. Rita says, don't tell me it has raisins. Oh, she's talking about brand cereal. I'm like, Rita, why would there be raisins in this kit? I don't really like raisins, so anyway. I guess I need to stop reading and start talking, right? I'm trying to keep up with your comments, and I love reading what you have to say. Okay, so this is our giveaway for the month of March. How you get involved in our giveaway each month is simply by commenting. All of you that have already commented, you're already entered. Okay? If you're watching this video later on, all you have to do is comment on this video. The first Tuesday of each month is when we do our giveaway. And then 2 weeks from today, on Tuesday, I'll announce the winner. A lot of people have asked me, why do I do it on the 2 weeks from today instead of waiting till the last Tuesday of the month? And that's because I like things done in an orderly fashion. I like to know the first Tuesday of the month is our giveaway, what it is, and then 2 weeks later, which ends up being the third Tuesday of the month, then that's the day I announce the winner. It keeps me in my memory knowing what's going on in my schedule, okay? It's no underlying tricky thing. It's just so I stay on track. Alrighty, now remember, never ever put your phone number, your shipping address, your email, or anything like that ever in a public comment, okay? And if you're the winner, I always tell you how to contact me, so don't worry about that. Just show up 2 weeks from today, and I'll announce the winner, and you can see if it's you. All right. Usually what happens is I'll announce the winner on Tuesday. And if you contact me in the next couple days, I get it out by Friday or sometimes the next Monday, depending on what I have planned on Friday. Okay. All righty. I think this is a really great giveaway. And this, it's a pocket scarf. See, she's got her hands in the pockets. Pocket scarf. Really cute pattern. And that yarn is really pretty. All right. I'm going to put all this right back in the bag so I don't get it mixed up with something else. All right. Then we'll slide that in there along with the zipper pouch. All righty. Woo! Now, there's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I've had a lot of questions on what is a playlist? A lot of people will ask me, do you have this pattern or do you have that pattern? Do you have a hat pattern that looks like this? Or do you have a scarf pattern that looks like that or whatever? And I always tell them, go to the playlist that says headbands and hats, or go to the playlist that says blankets, or go to the playlist, and they're like, what's a playlist? Okay, so I'm going to show you on my iPad because I think that'd be the easiest way to do it. Let me pull up. Okay, let's go over here to this other camera. All right, here is my iPad. I'm going to try to do this so it doesn't get any glare. This is the Sara Sach Crochet Designs page on YouTube. It's not the page, it's the channel. Okay, so a lot of times when you're asking what's a playlist, I'm going to bring this up closer. Let me see if I can get it just a little closer. Right under here, it says playlist. It says home, videos, shorts. I don't do shorts. I don't like them. I just don't care for them. And then it has live. So if you're looking for where to find all our live videos, click that link. If you're looking for playlists, let me click on this. And then all the playlists come up. Okay? And that's what a playlist is. And all a playlist actually is just a list of videos in a category. In other words, if you're looking for kitchen and bath items like washcloths or hot pads, you click the playlist that says kitchen and bath and all those categories will come up. But if you're looking for something specific, let me go back over here because I'm going to show you one other thing I wanted to show you. If you're looking for, say, something super specific, let me, there is this thing right here. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me go back one. Okay, let me go back. Okay. When you're on my page, if you're looking for something super specific, like our stuffed chicks, a lot of my recent stuff will be there, or some of my videos that were viewed recently will be there, and then you'll have all my videos that are new down here. But if you're looking for something specific, up here, there's an hourglass. It looks like a circle with a line. You can click that, and it says search YouTube, and you can just put in anything that you're searching for right there. Okay? And it'll also give you things that are not mine. If you go to that hourglass, if you're looking for, say, Tunisian crochet, which is what I was looking for earlier, I was looking for a specific person to see if they were still on YouTube. And so a whole bunch of channels that teach Tunisian crochet came up. And I could go through and look through and see if I could find my friend. Of course, I could just put her name in there, you know. But I did find some other really cool channels, you know. So anyway, sometimes I think we forget that YouTube has a lot of things that will help us. YouTube has a lot of things that will help us find what we're looking for or adjust what we're looking for. In other words, every day I get people that tell me I don't talk loud enough or I talk too loud. And then I tell them, check the volume on the device you're working with. Check the device, check the volume on your camera, or check the volume on your tablet or your iPad or your computer. Check I said camera, I meant phone. To me, my phone's my camera too, you know. But I mean, a lot of times it has to do with that. Another thing is that I'll get people tell me that I am going too fast. Well, you can slow that down, actually. I'll sound weird, but you can slow it down. But you can also pause it. Just hit that pause button, which is something that I really encourage people to do, because I am not going to do 20 rows of single crochet for you to see. It's just super boring, and I'm just not going to do that. And so I'll tell you, repeat this row for, I don't know, 5 more rows or 7 more rows. And then I'll come back in and say, okay, we've repeated this for 5 more rows. So what you need to do is to pause it. Do your stitches and come back. Okay, pause is your friend. Also, they'll say, well, I didn't get the beginning. Rewind. You can go back. Just push that little button and push it back. Actually, be that way. So there's lots of things on YouTube to help us have a better experience. Okay. Another one I get a lot is, how come I don't have closed captioning? Well, you have to have an app for that, and I don't have that app. But if you have YouTube, you can do it on your side. Just hit that button for closed captioning, and you should be able to read it. But it just depends on your device. It depends on if your computer has it, how old your computer or your device is, those kinds of things. It's just, don't get frustrated because you can't find something. You're not going to break anything. Just go in and search around and find things. YouTube just has a lot of things to make our experience a lot more enjoyable when it comes to watching videos. Okay? I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Okay, now, did you all know that March was National Crochet Month? This is our month, people. We need to celebrate. Woo! I wish I had some confetti to throw down right now. Here, I got my little, does that work? This is my little throw a fit guy. We did these a long time ago. I think it was during COVID. We redid them again because we just, all you do is you make a pom-pom and glue some eyes on it, and then you can throw it around the room. So anyway, yeah, it's YouTube. I'm sorry. Crochet Month is the month of March, and it's also Craft Month. So yeah, you can crochet and you can craft and have a lot of fun. All right, I wanted to mention that. We talked about that. Okay, now, the other thing I wanted to talk about before we go into some of our videos of our tutorials, I want to talk about the video that I put out last week that has to do with, do you count? Do you measure? Do you wing it? And I really, really, really enjoyed all of your comments because it really taught me a lot. One thing it taught me is that a lot of you do use your stitch markers, and that is really important. I cannot tell you how many times people have messaged me and said, I can't keep track. How do you keep track of your stitches? Stitch markers. And if you don't have stitch markers, you can use paper clips. You can use safety pins. And before I grabbed some stitch markers about, 10 or 12 years ago, I used to use those safety pins that don't have the curl on the end. They're just round at the bottom. I used to use those, because to be honest with you, I didn't even know what a stitch marker was 10 or 12 years ago. I mean, that is the honest truth. And I would take a piece of yarn of a different color and mark my stitches with that piece of yarn, And then one day, one of my friends said, why don't you just get some stitch markers? I'm like, well, aren't those just for knitting? No, they're for whenever you want to mark a stitch. So anyway, stitch markers are your friend. The other thing that is your friend is your tape measure. And I cannot tell you how many times people will message me and say, it's too long, it's too short, it's too wide, it's too thin. Use your tape measure. You can measure for gauge. And I like this one. This one is one that I got in a set. I wanted a medium-sized tape measure to keep in my toolbox. Yes, I have a toolbox because I have a garden and I have certain things that I keep in there. And I also hang pictures and do a little bit of, that kind of thing when my hubby isn't around. And so in this set, I got a big one, I got a medium one, and I got this little tiny one. Okay, and I love this one. It's metal. And you can buy these at your local Lowe's department or Lowe's store. But I also buy all those little plastic ones my daughter gave me one for my birthday that was by Vera Bradley, little quilted thing on the outside of it. Well, they pulled the tape measure and it won't go back in. So now I have this beautiful tape measure that doesn't work. I hope she didn't pay a lot of money for it. And I hope she's not watching today. I don't want her to know it broke. So don't tell her, okay? But I buy all those little simple plastic tape measures to keep everywhere. I have them anywhere I crochet. I have them at my desk, in my other computer where I type up my patterns and things like that. I have them in all my crochet bags. I have one in my purse all the time. Okay, so your tape measure is your friend. And a lot of times we forget that, let's just take a hat for instance. We all have a different shaped head. Some of us have longer heads at the top. Some have shorter. Some have bigger. But also, not just that, we all like our hats to fit differently. If I'm wearing a bucket hat, I want it to fit tight. Well, everybody else likes their bucket hats loose. And so everybody likes it different. It's no different than the way we wear our clothes. Or maybe a scarf. I like a scarf that only come about right here. That's why I like a cowl. Well, a lot of people don't like that. They think that's annoying. So they want a long scarf. And so you have to understand that not everybody likes the same size things. You could be the exact same size person, have the exact same size head, arm length, height, everything, and not like your things to fit the same. And so keep that in mind when you get frustrated that it's too big or too small. Measure. Do less rows, do more rows. And I do try, now not with all of my patterns, but I do try to give you the multiples. And we're going to discuss multiples in a couple of weeks on our This and That video. It's one of those things that I think is really super simple math, but a lot of people struggle with it. And so I'm going to talk about that in a couple of weeks, okay? If you're wanting to understand what are multiples when it comes to crochet, why do you sometimes can use them and why do you sometimes not, we're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks on our This and That video, okay? Because multiples are so important and can be so helpful, but if you don't understand the math, they can be very frustrating, okay? And I'll be honest with you, math is not my favorite thing. I'm more artsy and my daughter is more technical. She loves multiples. She does. And that doesn't mean she's wrong. It just means she's different. And because multiples aren't my favorite, even though I do try to work with them a lot, and I do try to have them on patterns where I can, and some patterns I don't because I made it a specific size for a reason. So, I don't know the brand. Task Force. You can find them at Lowe's. And I got that in a set of 3. Like I said, it was big, medium, and small. I gave my husband the big one. I kept the medium one in my toolbox, and then I have the small one in here. So, all right. I wanted to discuss that. Now, tomorrow, I have a video that I'm finishing up editing for our This and That tomorrow. I think you're going to like it. It has to do with tassels, or whatever you want to call them. I always call them tossels because my grandmother did, but they are tassels. Well, we're going to be talking about that and how to make a template and things like that on tomorrow's video. All right, now, what did we do this week at Posh Pooch Designs with our patterns? All right, I'm going to come back over here to this other camera. There we go. It's one of my hairs on the table there. It happens when you have long hair. All right, these are our fuzzy little chicks. I love them. They're super cute. And we made them with the Parfait Chunky Pom Pom yarn. This is a bulky number 6, and it is so soft. And I love this yarn so much because it has all these little pom-pom flecks. And what it is, I'm going to see if I can find the end of one of these. I've got them all balled up in here. Let's see. The white one's not an end. Okay, here's the yellow one. If you look at the yarn, it is super neat. Okay, I'm going to unwind it a little bit just so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, what it is it's a bulky yarn with a pom-pom thread. Let me move that so you can see this. With a thread with pom-poms on it that's all wound together. And it makes it look like it has all these speckles going through it. This is our little fuzzy chick. And it's a little bit bigger than my original chick because the original chick we did with a medium weight number 4. So it's a much smaller. It fits like a little, it will fit a boiled egg. These are bigger. Okay. And because they're done with this bulky yarn, we did use a J-hook so they'd be nice and tight so that the stuffing will stay inside. But these are so fun. And I just love them. They're just super cute, super easy, all single crochets, except for the beak, I think has a half double in it. And it's just really easy. I did not put a safety eye in these. We just did a stitch of black back and forth so that it has an eye, just keeping it super simple. Now, my affiliate link for the Premier yarn is underneath this video, and I've been putting it under all of my live videos so that you can find it if you want to go and get some of this yarn. Now, we did also do the clover stuffy with the green one, and I think they're adorable. I made 2 and I have enough to make about a half of one left on that. Now, I have a couple other patterns coming out with this yarn. On Friday, for our Friday Fun Day, we're going to be making a mama chick to go with our babies. And I'm going to use this white. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Glow, or Let's Glow. And I love it. It's gorgeous. Okay. And then I also have a bunny. And then I'm also going to do something else with the orange. Because I ordered all these colors in for a reason. Only I messed up and didn't order a pink. So I've got to get back on there and get a pink. But, we've got the teal, the orange, the yellow, the white, and the green. Okay, and I can't believe I forgot to get the pink. I'm so mad at myself because I meant to get a pink one, you know. But you don't have to have pink. And the thing is about these, you can, I love this parfait yarn. And if you don't like the pom-pom, they have a regular parfait, and they also have a neon parfait yarn now, and it's just gorgeous and bright. Okay, now it's really easy to use because this yarn does not have it's strong and it's sturdy, and it doesn't have as much of that I guess fleck is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really sure the right word, but it's just really easy to use. Okay, and I some of the other blanket yarns, I don't know if it's just that they're so stiff or what, but they're just really hard on the hands. This is not. It is super soft, super easy. This one kind of looks like a duck, doesn't it? Because it's yellow with orange. I love this color. It's one of my favorites. They're just so fun. I'm going to put them together with the mama chick and my little baby chicks because I got these 3. I was going to make a couple more, but I thought I have 3 grandkids. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there. I'm going to put them up on my mantle, maybe in a basket for spring decorating. Okay, so if you want to get some of these, you can. Like I said, my Premier affiliate link is down there. Now, if it's the first time you've ever ordered from Premier, you get 10% off. Okay, and if you order $75 worth, you get free shipping. And so what I do is I sort of wait and plan what I'm going to need, and then I'll go watch the sales. Sign up for their email because they'll send you to your email address when the sales are going on. Because like soon they're going to start putting a lot of their cotton on sale for summer, and so those things will start happening. Right now they've got a lot of really good sales going on. They did have their anti-peeling on sale, which I love their anti-peeling yarn. Anywho, that's what we did this week. And then the other thing that we did yesterday, I'm going to move those up because and grab these from down here. I've got so many things to show you. I really, really do. This is the March Aquamarine Square of the Month. One particular lady told me it was too dark, but actually it's not as dark as it looks because of the way, because I was using white, I kind of brought the white scale down just a little bit, just so that you could see the stitches, okay, that this is a true aquamarine. And I want to show you these other ones. I'm going to come over here again to this other camera. Okay, let me move this basket out of the way because it's like falling everywhere. Okay, so one of the things that someone asked me is why on this particular square did I switch to use an eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter, instead of a 5 millimeter. And the reason is when I made all these up, they were measuring correctly, but this one was just a smidge small. And so I went up with the eye hook. But again, it doesn't have to be exactly, they're all 6 inches. They don't have to be exactly. You can always, what I call, block them, wet blocking. And so, and I show you at the end of the video, I wasn't going to, but I went ahead at the end of the video and just explained how I do blocking. And it's really simple. You use a blocking board. If you don't have a blocking board, you can put a cloth towel over a piece of cardboard. And then you measure it out and make sure that it's measured at 6 inches. Pin it down, spritz it with a little bit of water, and then just let it dry. I do not use any sizing or starch or anything when I block. I never do. I don't like starch for starters, but I never do. Now, this is our year-long crochet along, and you're going to need, if you're going to make the blanket size that I'm making, you're going to need to make 2 of each. Okay, so I don't know why I divided these up weird. I've got 2 of February amethyst. I've got 2 of January garnet. And now I have 2 of the Aquamarine March. Now this one is a little bit smaller and I'm going to have to block it so that they fit. And I like to block blocks. I like to block squares when you're going to make them into something because it makes it easier to match the sides up when it comes to putting them together. Okay, and we're going to use a real simple technique of putting them together also. And I'll show you that when we're all done with our squares as well. Okay, and you don't have to make a blanket. You can do whatever you want. You can make a bag, you know, whatever, scarves, whatever you want to make with them. And you don't have to, the other thing is you don't have to do the colors that I'm doing. I'm just choosing that to use the birthstones as my inspiration, I guess you would say. But you can do whatever colors that you want. Okay? I think next month, April's diamond, right? I think I've got that all set up. But I couldn't remember all of a sudden. But anyway, we're doing a square a month for the 12 months. And what it is I did these patterns 6 years ago, maybe 7, I can't remember. And I decided I wanted to update the patterns. I've changed some of them a little bit. And also we added, where I didn't in the past, I added a row of single crochet around the edge because I think a single crochet edge helps the square hold its shape. And it makes it a lot easier when it comes time to put them together to have that single crochet around there so that you can hook them together. And when I do when I do make them into a blanket, I'm probably going to do just sort of a random so that ones that are similar aren't together. And so what that means is you're going to end up with 24 squares. All right. So, oh, are they saying Facebook is back up? Well, that's just wonderful. I don't mind. I mean, I use Facebook too. I have a business page there. So anyway, that's what we're doing for our monthly crochet along. Now we are still doing our Scrap Happy once a month pattern also. And I am so in love with what I have done for this month. I've already got next month's and the months after out for testing too. So there's a lot. I love Scrap Happy projects because it lets us use up our scrap yarns that we just don't know what to do with, you know, things that we think, oh, I don't really like that color. It didn't work out. And then you put it together with some other colors and you make something useful and fun. And you're like, oh, I really like that. You know, it's kind of fun because you put colors together you never thought would look good. And they look amazing. You know, I used to think that green and purple didn't go together. Now I like green and purple since using it in different patterns, you know. So anywho, let's see. I think I have covered all of my notes. I did not have a shout out this week. It was one of these things where I was going to do a shout out of a person that I followed in the past. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him. And then I went to find him and his YouTube's gone. So he must have just quit doing YouTube. So, which was kind of sad because I really liked his stuff. But anyway, next week I'll see if I can find us someone really, really spectacular killer. But there are a lot of really great people out there that you should follow, like Creative Grandma or Mama Llama Kayla. I always say her name wrong. Mama Llama Kayla. I mean, bless her heart, she just had another finger amputated, and I just love watching her. She has rough times sometimes, but she always has such an upbeat spirit about it, and it really encourages me. You know, she's going through some rough times, and it encourages me. She's one of those people that you just love because even though she's struggling, she cares about others, and I love that. You know, also, Nastasia, I love her stuff. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Cinnamon Stitches, I love her stuff. I love what she's doing. And so there's a lot of really great crochet YouTube channels out there. But what I was trying to do is maybe find some that weren't as big so that I could give them some encouragement to keep on going, keep on creating, making patterns and crocheting, and just trying to, you know, be encouraging to those who maybe are struggling, not getting the subs that they need or the likes, or maybe just their channels are new, you know. So there's Loopy Llama, I like her, and what was the other one I just really, really liked? No Catchy Name. I love her YouTube channel. She is so much fun. And these are people that I think are real. You know, when I go to watch a YouTube channel, I don't want to see an actress. And which kind of reminds me of something I forgot. I told my husband this last night. But what I was trying to say is I really like real people. But what I told my husband last night, it just reminded me. Yesterday I got an email from someone who said they've been watching me on YouTube and think my personality would be great for one of their commercials. I am not going to do it. But I thought it was just downright hilarious. Because this is just who I am. I'm not an actress. I'm just me, you know. I am this weird and crazy and forgetful and clumsy, whether I'm on camera or not. You know, even when I'm doing a tutorial, there's a lot of times you think, wow, that was a strange place to cut that. And then I'll come back in and kind of redo what I said. It's because either I sneezed or I coughed or I hiccuped. These things happen, okay? I can't tell you how many times I'd be like, okay, we're going to place 3 single crochets and I'm like, oh, I guess I better do that part over. So if you ever come across, you're watching one of my tutorials and you're like, what happened there? Just think she sneezed. Sometimes, though, I will tell you, it's because my dogs are snoring. They're both over here snoring. I cannot believe, no one's commented, because Maximo snores like an old man. I mean, he seriously snores louder than my husband with a cold. Alrighty, so on that note, I am going to let you go. And I hope that you have a super duper fantastic week. Thank you for tuning in with me today. Yes, we went over the 30 minutes. I didn't mean to. And don't forget, everybody who commented on today's video already is entered into our March giveaway. And if you're watching it later, make sure you comment, because that's where we do it. We get all the names, put them in the Google generator, and let them choose. We check to see if you've won in the last year or so. And if you have, we'll choose another person. But it's open to everybody, no matter where you are. Okay? Alrighty. So have a super duper fantastic week, and I'll see you next week.